Pardox.ish. I'm gonna do that again. Hey y'all, this is Pardox.ish, season 2, episode 2. Hey. Sit your Sit your goddamn ass down. I ain't got time for Richard Roundtree over there. For those that don't know, that's a quote from Martin. Sit your ass down. Motherfucker had that trench coat on. Look, man. I ain't got time for Richard Roundtree over there.
Welcome back.
What's happening, family? What is happening? We are back for another fan-fueled episode of Pardox.ish.
Yes.
As you know, I'm your boy, Yellow Boy Zoe on Instagram.
And I'm your girl, Lisi0316 on Instagram.
And you can follow us at Pardox.ish. That's Pardox.ish. This is on IG. And we will. Pardox.ish. Damn, what was I about to say? Now you done slowed my momentum down.
My bad, homie.
Damn. Okay. Oh yeah, we're going to have a Facebook page up soon, so be on the lookout for that.
It's almost done, y'all. It's really gonna be done in a week.
Okay. Niggas been loafing hard.
You want to do it?
I know I have. I was saying me and you, because you asked me for input and shit like that.
Yeah, and what happened to that?
Nigga loafing, like I just said.
Man, before we start, I gotta give my brother his birthday shout out. You know, this Aquarius baby over here.
Nigga officially dirty 30.
Yes, Lord. Old ass.
That's all right. Yours is coming up
But
soon.
I won't be 30.
That's all right. That bitch knocking at the door. I know that
I
shit.
am, and I'm excited. I made very, very small plans.
Hey,
COVID is real.
It really is, because I was supposed to be down in New Orleans.
You were.
On Bourbon Street.
You were.
During the greatest holiday known to man, called Mardi Gras. It lined up so perfectly.
Do we need a moment of silence?
Please, a moment of silence for Mardi Gras. All right. So, other than that, how has your weekends been since the last time we've been up here?
For real, they've been chill. I've been trying to, just stay in a good headspace. Had a couple therapy appointments. Birthday coming up, I always make
Damn. You caught that shit?
Birthday coming up, I always try to make Dog, can I get my thought?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can I get my thought?
My bad. Hey, sorry. For those that don't know, that's listening right now, yeah, your boy is yeah. So we're gonna keep that
That's
going.
exactly it.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep it like that.
But I always try to evaluate stuff, see what I can do better, see what I personally need to work on. Found a few character flaws, so
hey, that's
gotta work on them.
Growth is always the direction you want to go.
Oh yeah,
like you always want to go up. You always want to, expand. You always want to get to know yourself better, because as you get older, you're like wine. You get better, so you have to.
Only if you take the time.
Yeah. So you exactly, you have to take the time in order to, grow yourself.
Exactly. And you gotta water it. So the positive part is I came to the realization I'm really almost done with my book.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about that.
Any publishers hitting?
I actually talked to one person.
What, McGard Hill, the people that made the textbooks for.
Shut up, dog. Nah, I don't want to see their asses. Period. At this point, this being back in school situation, bruh. Man. But now one of my professors, since it's a mental health driven book, one of my professors actually knows somebody that had just got done writing a book similar to mine and getting it published. So she connected me to her so I could make some moves. I don't know what God didn't put on me, but it's a lot of people looking out for me. They see like all this greatness and potential, dog, and I be like, bro, where do y'all see this at?
It's the universe. You gotta let the universe do what it's supposed to do, because as you know, I've been like doing my little journey. I have to know that everything is already written.
Yes.
So whenever it comes through, you know, take the chance.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not too often that knock's gonna come back again.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, like, you know, from graduating high school to getting to this point now, like almost everybody that I've come in contact with has always pushed me to do more and past what I could see right then, because they like could just see this greatness in me, like, oh, I'm going to achieve things more than I could ever imagine. I be sitting there looking like, where do y'all see this at? But now that I'm getting closer and closer to finishing this, but I was like, okay, so, and you know, I got big dreams and plans all the time, so it's like I could see kind of what they were saying, but in the moments I'd be like, I don't know what the hell y'all be talking about.
That's all it is. It's the glow, you know. And you as a person, they know how you are. So if they put you in a certain situation, they know you're going to flourish. Those people don't put you in a situation where they're going to see you like sink and drown and, you know, fall and shit like that.
Right.
So like you need those type of people in your life. That's what I say, in your circle.
Big facts. And it's funny because it's always like older people.
Mm-hmm.
And they always think I'm older than what I am.
I mean.
Not about don't do it. Let me live.
Is a motherfucker.
Let me live. But they be like, oh, I know you're not that old, but you know, when I open up my mouth to talk and the way I present myself with things, they be like, I would have never thought you was only knocking at 30. Yeah. But what's been going on with you, brother?
Like I said, just the birthday, Valentine's Day, nothing really special. Couldn't really do anything because it rained.
40 days and 40 nights.
Bro, I thought the sun was depressed. That motherfucker did not come outside. You didn't see. Swear to God, it was Seattle, Virginia.
Dog, 40 days and 40 nights. I was like, God damn.
And then we had this weird ass day in the week where that shit like hit 66. And then it went back to 36. I was like, this bipolar ass bitch state. Like, what in the fuck is that? And I was sitting there like, I went to work that morning because, it was cold as fuck in the morning. It was like 30 something in the morning. So, in Virginia, we don't have coats. We wear a hoodie and then a jacket. Because you got to adapt to the weather.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, walked into work, cold as a bitch. All right. I didn't come back out until it was time to leave, like around 4 o'clock. And then get outside.
Start stripping.
Look, for one, I saw the sun. So I was happy about that. But two, I was like, well, goddamn, like, like when it's hot, you kind of slow down a little bit. You just like, shit. Like, I thought I was dehydrating and shit, trying to get that motherfucker off.
And then like 2 hours later, the temperature dropped again.
And it just stayed 30 the whole day next day. Like, what in the fuck is this?
And then it started raining again.
Good old Virginia. And I'm sitting there, I don't know if anybody's seen my status on Facebook, but I was just like, bruh, is the snow scared of the 757 or something? Like, cause we not gonna beat your ass.
I don't want it.
No, cause if you look at the map,
everybody getting hit with snow but us.
It literally made a curve around fucking 757. Like it hit like after fucking like Jamestown or Yorktown. It was just like, all right, snow, like Highland Springs and all them motherfuckers was getting snow, and then what the fuck? Are we on punishment? Like, what we got to do to get? The only reason I'm saying is because I want some admin days, bro. I just want to be at the crib.
As long as my laptop is at the crib, I will be clocked in at work.
Oh man.
But I know I had an interesting conversation. I know it's not on our list of stuff to talk about, but I had an interesting conversation.
Speak on it. That make the show better.
Oh yeah. So I had some conversations about Valentine's Day. Cause we ain't go all off Valentine's Day. First of all, it's COVID, so I wasn't trying to be out in the streets anyway. We just did something at the crib.
Like a little dinner?
Yeah, we had like a little date night. Mm-hmm. So everybody was like, oh, I want this, that, and the third. We had talked to Red about the situation with gifts and all the other stuff. It was funny because bitches did buy out Alfredo sauce. I was weak as hell. I was like, well, we didn't eat Alfredo, but sorry for y'all with the jarred Alfredo.
Just like real niggas know you make that shit from scratch.
Big facts. If I am going to make Alfredo, it's going to have shrimp and chicken. And it's going to be whipped cream, whipping cream and all that other stuff.
I'm not knocking it because you still getting a home cooked meal.
That's not a home cooked meal.
It is. They could have ordered fucking McDonald's. So
true enough. True enough. I mean, you still got something that took a little bit of effort, I guess. You had to boil it.
Yeah. You made your noodles and shit. You poured the sauce in there, made sure the shit was warm.
Right, you had to do that part.
You know what I mean,
but to Red, that's the only credit you will get from me. They did buy out the Alfredo sauce. But I was having a conversation. I was like, Valentine's Day is really one of them holidays that bothers me.
Well, I know for me, I feel like that shit is pointless.
Yeah, like it's a holiday that bothers me because why do you want one day out the year?
Just show that you loved.
And it's based off of what you do for a person, like what you get.
I feel like I feel like it's for fresh relationships, I guess. Because it's like when you season, like y'all been together for a while, like this holiday don't mean shit. You do it throughout the day. Sometimes you do it just because it's fucking Thursday.
Right. Like if I see something in the store that I feel like you gonna like, or you know, it ain't no question. It's like just because.
Just because I'm thinking about you, I'm gonna get this gift for you.
Right. I don't feel like I gotta pick one day. Like the only time I say I'm gonna really go all out is definitely your birthday, because birthdays are important to me. But like holidays like Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day is like, why? Yeah,
especially when they tell you what gifts they want, because then it's not a gift.
Right.
Like, one of my boys at work was telling me how he basically dropped over 4 or 5 for just that weekend because, you know, his girl wanted to go to Apex, wanted the room with the like jacuzzi tub and shit like that, wanted the like roses and chocolates and all that, like the basic shit that you see on movies and television. She wanted that. And then the crazy part was he was just like, bro, usually I don't expect anything out of it, but I didn't receive not one gift.
See, and that's the part that be making me mad, because then they try to make it sound like it's like an all female holiday, but Valentine's Day by what it says, because y'all want to celebrate it so bad, it's supposed to be reciprocated. So I'm like, okay, if you putting out this to show me you care, I should be doing the same thing too. And then too, you know, I'm not that girly girl type. Flowers, they gonna die. You wasting your money. I ain't gonna lie. And then I have allergies, so you gonna buy me flowers, I'm gonna be pissed off, I'm gonna be sneezing all day. They gonna die, so that's a waste of money. I don't like chocolate like that, so it's like
what's the point?
Right. You know how many stuffed animals I got, so.
And if I'm not mistaken, I'm probably like pulling my shit out my ass right now, but isn't Saint Valentine's, like, did he save like whores or something like that?
Please don't make me lie to you.
Like the holiday was like saving harlots or some shit like that. I probably might be
wanting to be including everybody.
Probably talking out the side of my neck, but if that is the case, then Valentine's Day is technically
it's a pagan holiday. Right. Damn.
It's technically a side chick holiday.
Damn. Well then.
That's only if the origins of what Valentine's Day is true. But if it is what I said, it is a side chick's holiday.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't even think about that like that. But I just wanted to get that off my chest, because I was I was thinking about it, and I was just like, I can't be I know a lot of females don't agree with me, but it's a lot of shit I say that most females don't agree with. Partially because I grew up with nothing but with my brothers pretty much, and older male cousins. So my viewpoints on a lot of things aren't necessarily girly.
Gotcha.
And you know me, right is right, wrong is wrong. So some shit don't make sense. It just don't make sense. I can't make it make sense. So I was just talking about that because I was like, damn, like definitely the girls that did go buy jar of Alfredo. This man went and bought all this stuff, and the best you had to offer him was a $3.99 jar of Alfredo sauce.
This man then went to Jared and got the necklace and the earrings with the hearts that match with the fucking quarter carat diamonds. Yeah, I said quarter carats because a lot of niggas not balling like that.
A big facts. Definitely not during this time. We didn't get our stimmies.
Man, I need Uncle Joseph to hurry up so I can get my laptop. I'm missing out on a lot of side money.
But just like for real, and then like I said, my thing is, don't pick that one day. Like, just randomly show me you care. You know, I'm not big on materialistic stuff anyway. My thing is always time. So I didn't really care about gifts. My thing was, that's just extra time for us to spend together.
That, and with what I just told you, with having my boy at work, like, if somebody tells you what type of date they want, is it like a date any longer? Like, doesn't that become a schedule? Like, almost like an agenda?
I don't think so, because I have times where I'm in the mood for certain things. Mm-hmm. I'm also that person, if I'll plan a date. If it's something that I want to do specifically, I'll plan that date. It's not necessarily me telling you. But
what I'm saying is, detail for detail for detail, how she wants the date to go. She need to let go of something. Isn't that no longer a date? Is a schedule. It's like not a. I consider a date like a surprise, like a spirited moment. Like, you know what? Come on, let's do this.
I think you can schedule a date. I think the thing about it is, like, how much. I'm the person, I'll give you the idea. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, I want to go to such and such.
Oh, yeah. So you just throw up the idea. And it's pretty much like, you
run
know what?
with it from there.
I'm going to pick this date that we're going to go to this place.
Right.
Like that. Got you.
Like, it's if I throw something in the air like that I'm not planning, like if I'm just saying, oh, I want us to go on a date, mm-hmm. and I want it to be along the lines of us, you know, going to a wine tasting or something like that. That's where I stop. I'm not giving like detail for detail.
Not where I want to do the wine tasting at, what type of wines I want set up to taste it, because to me, if you know what wines you want to fucking set up,
I can go to the stove.
Yeah, like just go ahead and get that shit.
Right, like that's my thing. I think that I feel like I also use certain things like that. Like, if it is gonna come down to a gift or it's coming down to dates like that, that gives me a chance, because I listen. Like, if I get you a gift, it's because I'm paying attention. It's gonna be something that when you open it, you gonna look at it and be like, oh damn, we had that conversation XYZ.
You gonna have that reaction,
right? I don't want it to be like, oh, I told you exactly what to do. Mm-hmm. Now mine was a little different because it had to be fitted, so I had to kind of know what it was, but I didn't pick it.
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing. Like, just, I want to know you're listening. Like, I'm a sentimental person, so I just want to know you're listening.
Got you.
But I was just throwing that out there. And my whole thing is, if you went through all that trouble, bro could at least got some ass. I'm just saying. You was trying to skate around it. I'ma say it.
I don't know if that's where it went to, or if it didn't happen.
My brother's coworker, I hope you got some ass.
I'm just saying, like, something physical. You know what I mean? Like, how he put out all that money for you, like.
And she better have been doing tricks. I'm just saying.
Hey, shit, fuck it.
You couldn't say that from your standpoint, but I'm going to say it because it's right.
I just put my hands
up. Technically, ain't a date prostitution, though.
Huh?
Ain't a date prostitution, though.
I wasn't ready.
Production.
I wasn't ready.
That was one of my random thoughts. I'm sorry. We're gonna let that one go.
I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't know if I'm gonna be like politically correct about.
I'm just saying. We gonna let that one go?
Yeah.
Okay. Production.
I mean, the essence of
by law. By law.
Come through, production.
Right. If it ends
in accordance with.
It means, you rewarded me instead.
I was just throwing that out there. Didn't want to get nobody in trouble. Just throwing that out there.
In accordance with the Constitution.
I was just throwing that out there. So with that, I kind of want to take the first thing off the list just because I feel like it's been beat over the head.
That shit was so fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I don't even want to talk about it.
It was dumb and it's been beat over the head. So the next one kind of goes to what we talking about.
I just still. All right, I know we skipping over, but I just gotta say, I gotta say this because it bugs me.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, got to be glue. yellow can.
With black writing.
Clearly says hair styling glue or some shit like that.
And it's in a hair store and in the hair aisle with hair products.
Section. Okay. I know there's something called Gorilla Snot.
But that's in the tube, though.
Exactly. It's not in the same fucking bottle.
And it's in a yellow bottle.
Gorilla Glue.
In the hardware section.
Is an industrial adhesive. What in the fuck were you thinking? Put an industrial adhesive on your head. The bottles don't even look the same.
First of all, I had this conversation with somebody. This is the only thing I'm gonna say to it.
Okay.
Got to be glue you can get in the hair store or in the hair department. Mm-hmm. Gorilla Glue you can only get at a hardware store or in the hardware department. How the fuck did you mix that up?
Even if she said she got that shit from Walmart, we all know the hair section is always on the opposite side of the hardware section.
For jackasses like this.
Like that shit still bought. Like the cans didn't even look the same.
It's an orange can with a gorilla on it. That's all I can get.
Industrial adhesive. Mm-hmm. Industrial.
And then did you see the jackasses that then turned around
and used Gorilla Tape to fucking wax your kitty?
Did you see the one with the lips? The one that did the on a cup?
I'm starting to think y'all doing this shit on purpose.
They are. They want 15 minutes of fame and they don't care how they look.
That shit crazy. Unless y'all trying to do this elaborate plan like how the lady spilling the coffee in her lap from McDonald's so she can win the case and make sure they put hot on every cup.
Hey, that was smart.
Common sense would say not to put industrial adhesive on my tracks. They have track glue for that.
But that wasn't even her tracks, though. That was like her hair.
What the fuck ever? Like,
I'm just saying. Hey,
I'm done with that shit.
Yeah, I can only get that much time because everybody else has given it way too much.
Just thank you to the doctor, that black doctor, for making that fucking chemical
during Black History
concoction
Month.
To make sure she has hair to do the same thing again.
Not do the same thing again.
Bro, she went to go get her hair done immediately after getting her shit like cleaned up.
Well, you know.
Her hair, she's not giving her hair a chance to breathe.
Heal,
nothing. It's a lot of breakage. Like,
well,
leave that shit alone.
Gotta let that, fly by. I'm gonna take it back to some relationship stuff though, because it's not really relationships. It's in general, because you can have multiple types of relationships. You have friendships, situationships, marriages, boyfriend, girlfriends, all that.
My new word,
entanglements.
My new word, coworkership.
Yep, those. How do you feel about personality changes in those relationships? Because to me, I feel like to some degree, your personality, I'm not going to say changes, but it grows or it takes on some of the person that's in that relationship as well. Like certain things, because, you compromise certain things and then you get introduced to new things.
I wouldn't necessarily call it changing, because when I hear change, I think completely like moving away from yourself. I would say making adjustments.
Okay.
So you have to make adjustments when you're in a relationship, regardless of who it is or who you with, because both of y'all are bringing something to the table.
Right.
At the end of the day. If the person that you're with, first of all, choosing the right person. Because if you choose the right person, this person is going to help you advance whatever situation you're at.
Right.
If
That's always the goal.
If the person is not helping you advance, cut your ties. Leave them alone. Don't do it. We getting too old for playing games. I feel it's a choice to lose yourself in a relationship.
Ooh, I can't completely agree with that. And the only reason I say that is just because Sometimes I don't even think that you notice it's happening, because it's like little things build up to bigger things. So it's like when you're in certain situations and you're compromising, you're not thinking by making this compromise you're losing a piece of yourself. So like and you definitely don't realize it when you're always the person that's making that compromise. Sometimes like it's really easy to kind of fall into roles sometimes.
But like you said, you're making the compromise, which means you're making a choice. If you're in a relationship, it's about meeting halfway. Everything is about meeting halfway. If you're on this side and they're on this side and they're constantly telling you, I need this from you, I need this from you, I need this from you, but not meeting you here,
right?
Then they're taking you from your half and now you're on their side. Like you crossed the line to become whatever they wanted instead of meeting in the middle, not necessarily agreeing to disagree. I'm trying to think, what is it called? Well, yeah, compromising.
Yeah,
just compromising.
I think that's the thing. So I guess for me, growing, like maturing more and being at this point now, I had to learn how to compromise. Mm-hmm. Like that's a big thing. Like I had to learn that you have to recognize what the compromise is on both sides. Like, of course, you know what you're giving up, but you have to be able to see, or it has to make sense what the other person is meeting you at too, because you do get to a point where you're so busy trying to make sure that you're compromising, making sure that you're making the right steps and doing the right things, that you're just looking at it like, hey, I'm doing my part, and you're not really looking to see what the other person is doing. So now that I'm older and I know that, okay, yeah, it's easy to say I'm compromising, but it takes two people to compromise.
Yeah. So that's what me and my wife was talking about. So she came up with this analogy, like, say, don't laugh. Okay, so say you're a turkey sandwich, right?
Okay.
The person that is attracted to you loves turkey sandwiches.
Okay.
So when he first meets you, you're bread turkey, all right? You slightly add things to make yourself better, like, lettuce,
making
mayo,
a deluxe
whatever
turkey sandwich.
Yeah. And they might not have a big mouth, so you might have to cut it.
Right.
You're still a turkey sandwich. It's not like you're a turkey sandwich and this person's like, I like bologna sandwiches.
Right.
So then you're switching what you are to solely please this person. Like, you're not enhancing yourself, or this person is enhancing you to make you a better you.
Right.
So you get what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Like we've talked before about, in relationships, regardless of whether it's intimate relationship, whether it's a coworker relationship, a friendship, it has to be some type of growth.
Yeah.
So things have to be mutually beneficial or mutually exclusive for that to happen. So it's not saying everything is going to be perfect. There is going to come times where like you said, you're going to have to cut things in half. Yeah. But at the same time, it can't be one person stagnant and the other person trying to grow. That's never going to work.
No, because like in the analogy of plants, this plant's constantly getting watered. Yeah, I mean it makes people
right. It puts it in
better.
Context.
So this one plant is getting watered, but when you try to water the other plant, it's just kind of like, nah, I don't feel like drinking today. So like, I don't know if you've seen the picture of the two people and their heads were like potted plants. Yeah. As one was pouring into the other. It's just like, what you pour into me, I should pour into you type deal. Yeah. If only one person pouring, the other plant is going to die.
Exactly. And I have an analogy. I was actually
3 for 3. No.
Yeah. I was talking to one of my friends, and she gave this analogy of, she had to set up cups one day. I was at a women's empowerment conference, and she had to set up cups one day, and we had one cup that was us, and it's all these different cups that had different labels of like the different relationships we have, and we just pouring and pouring and pouring, and you keep pouring into the cup, it's empty. But at no point in time did any other cup pour back to you. So you end up empty and everybody else has something. And if you're constantly the person that's giving in a relationship, it's the same thing. You're constantly pouring your cup out. But if you're never pouring out, getting poured into, then your cup is going to be empty and you have nothing else to give. And then what? Then it's going to come crumbling because they're used to you being able to give and you can't give anymore.
So then everything started rolling downhill.
Exactly. Definitely if they're not willing to give up what you've already given them. So that was just something I was, looking at because, like I said, Valentine's Day passed. So, a lot of relationship stuff popped up. And I wonder how short your relationship was. They put the Gorilla Glue on her hair. How you go out for Valentine's Day, boo?
I don't even want to.
I'm just saying.
And do something about them damn lashes.
Dog. Oh, my God. Them fans on her face.
What they call them? Cumbrellas.
Dog, stop talking to me.
You heard that shit? That's what we're calling them.
I got a question. I want production to answer, too, because, I always try to get production involved at least once in the episode. What's something that our parents didn't teach us that, God damn, they should have taught us growing up? And this ain't taking shots. This ain't taking shots because
I can't say that because they didn't know it, so they couldn't.
Right. I'm not saying it was something. I'm not saying it in a sense of like,
I got you.
It's a negative impact because you can only teach what you've been taught.
Yeah, you're not faulting them for.
Right, but it's something that now that we know better, we definitely gotta instill in our kids.
That's why I said I know I can't say anything because they didn't know. I'm learning all this shit now.
Right, and now that we know, like some of the stuff, like definitely when it comes to finances, like when it comes to finances, like I'm like, bro, I needed to be just a little bit more prepared for this.
See,
I just didn't listen.
and like I said, my people didn't know, so they were just it was pretty much don't get a credit card.
Yeah, we got taught that. We didn't get taught, but
not how credit cards work. Just don't touch it. Right,
and now that I'm older, I'm like, no, it ain't that I shouldn't have got one. I needed one. It's just you.
I think everybody max their friends.
Man, what? First one was the goddamn Discover card. I think I had $1,000 credit limit on that bitch. Man, I used the shit for school, fucked around, and I think I had went out to California for like what was it? I think it was spring break. Mm-hmm. Yeah, had went out there. Think I'm big shit at fucking Olive Garden. Ha! At the time,
we was college students.
Ha! Endless breadsticks, nigga.
No,
yeah, like I said, I can't blame them because they didn't know. So
right,
I don't.
But now that we know better, I guess I'll rephrase the question so it doesn't sound like we attacking. Now that we know better, for us, what's something that we didn't get taught that we need to instill in our kids? Is that a better way to phrase it?
I got you. The power of money. Yeah. Not as far as like spending it and like not getting this, just knowing the actual value of money, not physical money, but
like how much of a dollar is this money actually worth?
Like your net worth, like your assets, like buying shit, sitting on it, and making the value on it go up.
Really understanding credit, like, oh my God. Like financial literacy in general, just like, is something that
savings, like how savings is actually supposed to work.
Yes.
Yes.
So my dad taught me all this stuff. He told me all that. He didn't teach me nothing.
Yeah.
He taught me. So if he would have taught me,
right?
Then,
you know what I'm saying? Like you said, don't get a credit card.
Yeah. Why not?
Right.
Like, my fuckers got credit card. They gonna be spending it up. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Right.
I'm like, all I know is you going through
buying houses,
like you going through bankruptcy. Like what exactly is bankruptcy?
Right.
Like, I need to know these things.
Because they don't get rid of student loans.
Man, what? I can't wait for that 10K to slide through, boy.
Bruh, y'all getting greedy asking for 50, nigga. What?
Man.
If you take 10, I'll be happy.
Bro, I just want something.
Right, just take a piece of
I'm just
it.
glad they pushed that bitch back some more because, you know, it was supposed to
My
end.
credit, woo, baby. That Jane done went up.
But yeah, anything that I can think of will probably be more so on the money side.
Do you think they taught you how to love correctly?
No.
No.
Let me tell you what else did I. Well.
Oh shit. Ooh.
Go ahead. Get it out.
Okay, so it's because of the times. Like, that's how they were taught. They didn't advance with the times. They were just stuck in that moment. Like,
right.
Yes, it's okay to discipline a child, but if you think about it, we really was not supposed to be getting whippings.
Not the way we was getting them.
Like, that's like some slave shit. Like, I'm getting you back in line.
Right.
Like, if you think about it, it's fear. Like,
fear over respect.
And then I look at it now. Like, some people tell me like they be putting their kids through like PT. Like, I know like military parents be putting their kids through PT. So it's more so a mental thing than a physical thing, because you can beat somebody till they black and blue, but that's not gonna like make them stop doing what the fuck they want to do.
You get like, when I think about it. When I got a beating, all it made me do was get smarter at whatever I was doing. Because I'm going to do whatever it takes not to get a beating.
It taught me how to lie.
Yeah, it taught me other things. Like,
and you would still lose because like if you had family, like if you was with your cousins or your siblings or whatever, you was in a lose situation because you're not going to tell who actually did it because you still got to go back in the room with them.
Yeah, because
it's not about the...
You was going to get beat either way. You was going to get jumped, or you was gonna get beat with a leather strap.
You was catching this L either way.
Something.
And don't let the family find out.
Oh, what?
It's a tag team. They on the rope. Hey,
big facts. You eat.
I can.
Big facts. You out of breath, sis?
That shit is wild. Because I feel like if
line them up. You ever got a lined up beating dog?
Like, I just feel like you can fuck somebody up more mentally than what you can physically. Because if you get somebody to not believe in like something and you can be convincing with that shit, and it's just like,
that's the dangers of it. That's how we ended up in a lot of situations. It's people.
Shit, but
you know what?
That shit wouldn't be good either as far as punch. God damn.
I got you. Because I'm about this, and it's not a foolproof situation because every child is different.
Yeah.
But like for me, when it comes to discipline, now some things I ain't gonna lie, you gonna catch your ass whooping for. Some things it's what it is. But for the most part, if you just talk to kids, because
like a regular fucking human being,
like if you just talk to kids and listen. Now it might take some time because depending on the age of a kid, you know what I'm saying, they gonna talk in circles. But if you just talk, they gonna tell you what the reasoning was for them doing it. And if you just listen, most time a kid will tell on themselves.
Like, bro, yeah, because kids are smart,
right? And punishing, and like I keep trying to explain to people, my niece teaches me this. That's my baby. I love her all to death. But a punishment for kids, I don't think people use punishment as a way to punish a child. Most times, punishment for a child is playtime. Like, I have stripped a room out completely. No TV, no covers on the bed, no nothing. You sitting on a mattress looking at four walls. I walked past this room, shorty was having a whole party. Punishment for a kid is really punishment for everybody. Like, when I tell her she's in trouble, that means, all right, we about to go sit down and do like some schoolwork or something. I have to redirect your energy because kids have all this pensive energy, so you can't just tell them to go sit down and think. The only reason we didn't move was because we were scared what was coming afterwards.
Yeah, we're gonna get our ass beat.
That's it. That's the only reason.
I mean, what I can say is, like, beatings kept me out of trouble, but at the most,
I got smart.
At the most part, yeah, that's what I said. But at the most part, like, I got fed up with this shit.
Right, and then you get to a point back, like, definitely when you get older, and this is when I really realized that this was done wrong. I never raised up at my mom, but I did have an instance where I had to really catch myself because because I used to fight a lot.
Yeah.
So you're swinging on me because, in our household, once you get to a certain size and age, you ain't getting a beating no more. We taking blows.
Yeah.
So you're swinging on me as if I'm somebody in the street. Under any other circumstances, if you were anybody else, if you were to take that motion towards me, my reaction is to defend myself. So now I have to really, like, you know how mentally fucked up that is to have to really train yourself not to swing back when that's your natural reaction?
Yeah.
Like, because God forbid you even move to block the hit. Then it was,
like,
you trying to hit me? Like, hey, nah, like, that's mentally.
Yeah,
like,
that shit is traumatic.
Right. So it's like when you look at that, and it teaches you it really breaks our communication skills down because we're not learning how to communicate any problems. We're resorting to violence as communication. Yeah. Like, when I think about it, we didn't learn how to communicate properly. When it came to affection, we didn't learn what real affection was for real.
Just pretty much assert your dominance.
Right. And it's just like, make sure nobody sees you as being weak. And now one of my main problems is relinquishing control. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how to relinquish control.
I would say this is how you learn how to solve a problem. So whenever a fucking problem come up, you solving it as this way when in all reality you have multiple avenues to solve this problem.
We're rewiring. Yeah. And it's hard as an adult, and I try to make sure that I don't take that route. I have to catch myself sometimes, but I try to make sure I'm not taking that route because I know how I felt in those situations. And I know one thing that I got taught this, but I'm learning more and more that a lot of kids didn't get taught this, is knowing my history, like knowing my culture. Like, that's a big problem in the Black community. It's like, the only history we get is when we go look at a white history book.
Oh yeah, y'all were brought over here in 1619. We put y'all on plantations. Civil War happened. Yep. Emancipation Proclamation happened. Something happened in there. Jim Crow. Right.
Martin Luther King came.
Martin Luther King. Yeah. Malcolm X.
Even learning about Emmett Till is taboo.
I mean, and then there's just something else. We gave you Obama.
Right.
Oh, no. Sports figures, major sports figures, and then we gave you Obama. That's pretty much Black history.
Let me tell you what I came to, the conclusion I came to the
taught
other day.
At schools. I'm sorry. That's Black history taught at schools.
I wrote this in my paper the other day because I had to because I had taken an ethnicity class, and we had to use an interview and relate it to, because it was for a social injustice project. So we had to relate it to our ethnicity and why we chose it and stuff like that. I chose, instead of just using one interview, I chose an episode of Tamika Mallory and my son's podcast, Street Politicians. And I was listening, and it made me think of the thought that the people that they choose to put in the history textbooks that we're given in school are those borderline politically aligned people. Yeah. So it's like, they mention Malcolm X, but they don't tell the whole story behind Malcolm X. Yeah. Or they mention Dr. King, but if you look at how Dr. King stood and how he moved and stuff like that, a lot of stuff that you see in media is when you see him at the White House and you see him sitting with these white politicians. And that's not to discredit anything that Dr. King did. It's just that he wasn't radical. Any radical activist is not in there. Like I was telling everybody, I was like, history books and history, the way white people tell it, what really have you thinking that the Black Panther Party were a terrorist organization? That is not what they were. No,
they set up a lot of programs.
The programs that we're using today. Like, y'all are they label these people domestic terrorists, but that's why we have a breakfast program. Yep. In schools. Yep. That's why you have after school tutoring. Yep. So you label this group and you're killing these people, picking them off. Yeah. And you're not teaching the whole truth. And the way I explained in my paper, I was just like, because I got asked, our boy made the comment of history is history. I said history could be history if they didn't segregate history. Because if history was history, we wouldn't have to keep saying Black history and all this other stuff. No, you have to say it. Yeah. You have to the fact that it's segregated, we have to teach our kids who they are. We have to instill that pride in them. Yeah. Because, like, I don't know about you, but at times when I was younger, I would see white kids do certain things, and I'd be like, yo, why can't I do that? Why, can I just go out and enjoy life? Right. Not knowing that your parents are basically protecting you
because they don't see you as a kid. You're automatically a threat just because of the color of your skin or where you from.
Right, like you don't get a chance. You have to teach kids how to still be a kid and put them in a mindset of making sure that they're always falling in line.
Yeah.
And it's not fair. And you have to explain to a kid why you have to move this way. And it's not something that's saying simple as being afraid of the police. You're going to teach them to, on one hand, be afraid of the police, but at the same time to call them when you need something. Mm-hmm. I'm an adult and that shit don't make sense. So it's like... But I'd be lying if I said I didn't always have a fear of seeing blue and red lights.
Yeah. And especially around here or during the time when we had them fucking white cars with the blue
right.
The blue whatchamacallits on it.
And then, for me it's a little different because I have more than one culture. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm really thankful that I got to learn these things because it's different levels of oppression in different places. And I had to grow into that because you also have to know your history or you will fall for anything. You will repeat it. You got to know who you are and be firm in that. So I do think that's something that we definitely as a people need to get better at teaching our kids is knowing our history.
Yeah. So what we got next?
We got this good old HBCU corner.
All right, hold on. Let me get it ready. I ain't got it pulled up. I don't have my laptop. Uncle Joseph, I need that stimmy. I'm losing out.
Drop it.
Losing out on side money.
Drop it.
But what we have for the HBCU corner, it's not a lot going on because of COVID. So, a lot of, students aren't on campus and all that yet. But we do have something coming out of Bowie State University. So Bowie State University has received funding from Leica, an animation house, to fund an animation studio for the school. So for those that don't know who Leica is, they produce Paranorman and Caroline.
Yes.
And the Box Trolls, I think that's what it is. So if you got kids, you know what those movies are. So they are Oscar nominated. They are partnering with Bowie State to increase the number of black animators by providing direct pathway into the industry, which starts an internship program for BSU. What else we got? Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I like that though.
It looks funny.
Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't copy and paste right.
That's my fault for not being prepared.
But nah, that I'm excited for. I'm all for black people breaking into different industries that we don't necessarily have a hand in. When it comes to anime, well, that's your realm. Yeah. Anime and animations and cartoons, stuff like that. That's a lot of Japanese and.
So I was on Disney Plus and it was basically I was watching this shit. I forgot what the name of it, but it was basically giving the history, the rundown of Marvel. Mm-hmm. Stan Lee is the GOAT.
Yes, Lord.
Because
R.I.P.
his stuff has been not just the comics, but the people who were in it, like the illustrators and all that, has been diverse since the beginning. It was one, I forgot his name, one illustrator, but he went to DC, showed them his art and all this stuff. The head hiring person was just like, oh, all these are great, but we already have a colored illustrator.
Wow.
Said color, like this was in like the 60s or 70s. So then he goes over to Marvel, talks to Stan and some of his people. They pretty much was just like, well, when can you start? Mind you, they already had, black people, Jewish people, people of different, like immigrants and all that other stuff going on within the company. So if anybody is just like looking for something to, hold on to, Marvel is it.
Yeah.
Especially for those, WandaVision. If y'all ain't watch WandaVision,
watch it. I gotta watch this week's episode, so
nigga,
I'm gonna watch it after we get done. I'm gonna watch it after we get done because I heard some things.
Why you shaking your head over there? Oh, she lacking.
Bruh,
lacking.
My week. We talked about what my week looked like before we started recording.
That's okay. It's only 30 minutes. You could have squeezed in 30 minutes. Friday is a tradition. You have to understand this.
I know. I slipped and fell. Don't worry about it.
By the time this release, the next day, episode 8 will be out.
And I'm gonna be on it.
We can't even discuss it because you ain't
First
watched it.
First of all, we shouldn't discuss that on here anyway, just because.
Why not? Because by the time it come out, the next episode gonna be out.
But what if they ain't watched it?
That's their fault.
Yeah, that's their fault. They can get the summary.
I'll be
here.
prepared next episode, y'all.
Get the cliff notes.
I already got a spoiler alert because I did find out 2 new people popped up with powers. So I did find that out.
Yeah, but you still gotta watch it.
I am gonna watch it.
Cause what it's about to lead into, my God.
And for real, if you, the only
boy.
thing I will say is the one thing that, because I had watched WandaVision with somebody that hadn't watched a lot of Marvel movies and stuff.
No,
if you have not watched the Marvel movie, watch them before you watch WandaVision, because certain stuff is not going to make sense.
If you are not of the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
right,
please get initiated.
Before, because the questions that you gonna have,
Please get initiated. Because how many years has it been now? Was it like 12 years now that they've been up? When did Endgame come out? I mean, not Endgame, but Infinity War. Because Infinity War was like the 10th year.
That was like 2018.
yeah,
Yeah, so we 3 years and also like
13, 14.
13 years into this shit. It all started. Everybody say it started with Incredible Hulk. It started with Iron Man, the first Iron Man.
Yes, it did.
It started with the first Iron Man. You start from there and just go on. If you got Disney Plus, they have it.
They have everything lined up.
They have it in the timeline of when shit actually happened.
Yeah.
And when it was released. Watch when it was released if you're not of the MCU. But if you are of the MCU, I'm pretty sure just like me, y'all watched it like 2 or 3 times already.
Right.
The actual
I put mine in order. Yeah,
like
I put mine in the
cinematic
order.
timeline.
Yeah, I did mine in order. But definitely, you need to watch it because, like I said, the questions you gonna have. It's like, let me say what I compared it to.
What's that?
I compared it to when you watch football with somebody that doesn't know football, and they keep asking you goddamn questions.
I mean, that's anything. I won't even say football.
No, I'm just saying, like, because it's one of those things, like, you know, when you focused on something because you know what's going on,
Got you.
and then that person's like, "Hey, but what's this?" Bruh,
That's
chill.
pretty much everything. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this later. No,
Right.
you can enjoy it. No, I
can't.
because you asking me questions. This shit real.
Big facts. And definitely now that, you know, they starting to bring in X-Men into stuff now. So they trying to, you see how they trying to like squeeze X-Men into certain stuff?
I'm gonna wait for you to watch this episode.
And I already know what you about to say because if
I'm
it's what I
you.
think it is, that's what made me make that comment because it peaked. I was like, yeah, that's exactly who that is.
I'm gonna wait for you to watch because I don't think you don't know. All right,
I heard we'll talk after this.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely watch that. And that I don't even know how we got off topic of HBCU corner, but I'm proud of Bowie State for getting this. I think it's gonna be amazing for
we got sidetracked because of I was talking about Stan Lee and how diverse Marvel was. You know, HBCU black. Yeah. So
we need black animators, so that's what we're gonna put it.
There
up.
it is, animators. And I'm talking about illustrators. All right, boom, art.
Yep.
That's how my mind works. I'm sorry.
But that's what we do though. You know, I'm ADD, so we know what it is. But that can lead us into this Black History fact. Y'all, it's Black History Month. First of all, let me just tell you, if you only using a month to learn about yourself as a person, very disappointed in you. Yes, all judgment implied. You should definitely take the time to begin to learn more about yourself. Even if you started the basics of just because some stuff is kind of hard to watch. Like I traumatized myself by watching 12 Years a Slave. I watched it one time. I promise you I'll never watch it again. I have watched Judas and the Black Messiah twice though. So
I need your password again. I forgot this shit.
So you still ain't seen it?
No, I ain't even logged into HBC. I mean, not damn HBO Max yet. I was sitting there. I was just like, damn, she gave me the information too.
Yeah, I did.
But
I get it to you. But I've already watched it twice. So you need to watch it.
Another thing as far as Black history, it's on Netflix. It's called Amend. It's talking about the 14th Amendment. Please watch that shit. Yes. It's hosted by Will Smith. I just watched that shit like yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't get the chance to be like, yo, you need to watch this. Because it's like 6 episodes.
Oh, okay. Because normally we be on it with that when it comes to documentaries. But if documentaries aren't your thing, hit us up in the inbox. I read avidly. So I promise you, I can give you books that will give you through things. Now, I will tell you, I'm not big on going back to slavery because I be ready to fight a white person. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I be ready to walk up to a white person and still off on their ass.
Yo,
so don't go back that far.
Yo, you gotta watch it, man, bro. They ideology is crazy.
Big facts.
The way that they view the world is fucking crazy.
Now I gotta find time in my week to watch.
You gotta watch. It's 6 episodes, all of them an hour long.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to break this up,
man.
But that's gonna be on my list now too. But definitely, it's all judgment if you don't take time to get to know something about yourself outside of the people that they teach us.
Hey, I'm probably super late. Some of y'all probably already known this, but that man on a penny is a ho.
We've talked about that before.
He is a whole hoe.
We have talked about this before, but I'm gonna let you be great. I've always been into Black history, so I'm always reading stuff. I normally tend to start around Jim Crow because that's where my mental can go. I'm just saying, anything before Jim Crow is kind of like, all right, dog, I gotta go. One of y'all got to come see me.
You might not want to watch episode 1 then.
Oh no, I got to, so I can, I can know what's going on. I can watch it. I'm just saying, I've watched slave movies to make sure that I know what's going on. But at the same time, that's not normally where I start with history.
Got you.
I know what happened. I have read slave journals. Slave diaries. So let me read it because it's not as graphic. Well, it is graphic, but I can paint my own picture.
Shit. Yeah.
But I could definitely give you some books. A good one to start with is Asada. Anything by I cannot pronounce this man's name correctly. Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Oh yeah.
Even reading Toni Morrison, a lot of her books, even though they are fictional, they are rooted in historical context. Same thing with Marilyn Monroe. It might be a fictional story, but it's rooted in historical context. I can give you plenty of nonfiction books too. Just hit us up on our Instagram page, and I can definitely put it out there. We have plenty of documentaries because me and Zoe are always watching docuseries and full documentaries.
And that is at Pardox.ish on IG.
Yes. So just let us know and we can definitely put it out there. I might just put a list up just for fun. Anyway.
Yeah, I got a couple books too.
Oh, check. I'm proud. Even Black artwork tells a story too. So most definitely, because I try to give people different outlets because I know not everybody's into certain things.
Yeah.
But back to where I was at. This Black history fact. This one is actually not even that old. So on the evening of May 13th, 1985, long-standing tensions between MOVE, a Black liberation group, and the Philadelphia Police Department erupted horrifically. That night, the city of Philadelphia dropped a satchel bomb, a demolition device typically used in combat, laced with Tovex and C4 explosives on the MOVE organization, who were living in a West Philadelphia row home, known to be occupied by men, women, and children. It went up in unextinguished flames. 11 people were killed, including 5 children, and the founder of the organization. 61 homes were destroyed, and more than 250 citizens were left homeless. Anybody who thinks that Tulsa, Oklahoma was the only mass killings of Black people where they tried to take out full communities is crazy.
Rosewood, Wilmington, North Carolina,
Chicago, Detroit,
it's Pickett,
Baltimore,
fucking Boston.
Yeah. All over. So that's just a Black history fact. Some of the places, I actually saw a map. I think I might have stole it off your page actually. But I saw a map of
yeah, I had got it off of Vox. Vox is where I like to get my news from.
Yeah, just a different. I actually had to do some research because normally I'd be up on stuff like that. But some of that stuff, some of those places I really didn't know, and it's crazy to me. Like, and that's part of the thing that I was talking about Judas too.
Fuck! It was somewhere in Louisiana that shit happened at too, like a big ass massacre. But matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find that the thing and put it up on our page.
Yeah, I know I got it on my phone, but that was like that was one of my biggest takeaways from watching Judas. It's like when they killed that man, he was 21 years old. How dangerous at 21 could this one man be? Like, you have to think about that.
Gave that man a sleeping pill, so he ain't even had a chance to fucking
move.
And they said it was gunshots that came from the apartment or whatever. It was like one.
No, it was point blank range. My man stood over him and killed him. Said, "No, you're dead now."
I'm talking about like it was street fire going on.
Oh,
remember they were shooting into the apartment, but they were saying like it was shots coming out also. It was only one shot that was fired. One shot that was fired
by Black Panther. So you have to put stuff like that into context. And at 21 years old, he was able to revolutionize a group of people, which is amazing. Mm-hmm. To be 21 and be able to articulate yourself in that manner to where people follow you. That's number one. And number two, how dangerous, like, the fact that they were willing to go that far to take out a 21-year-old black man lets you know how much power black people really have. Mm-hmm. I will continue to say that. The fact that they go so hard to keep us enslaved, because whether y'all want to believe it or not, we are still enslaved. How hard they go to keep us in that mental lets you know just how powerful we really are.
That and how far they willing to go to keep us a minority, because they know what's on the other side if they were to become a minority.
Exactly. They know, and they don't want no parts of it. And the best way to keep somebody down is to never let them get up.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we would treat them the way they treat us.
No, we wouldn't. We've proven that time and time again.
Like, like we want equality and not revenge. Like, that shit is wild.
Yeah, they just don't let the power go. That's the thing.
Right.
Like I said, they know what's on the other side.
The thing about it, we don't even want the power. We just
want to be treated right.
We just want to be equal.
We don't even want the power.
That's too much pressure.
What Michael Shea said, just turn the fucking hose off.
Right. We don't even want the power. That's the crazy part.
We just want to be able to get pulled over. All right.
And make it home.
Cool. All right, got
shit. I want to cuss without getting shot too. Shit.
Right.
I asked my white friends, they had the police talk.
They didn't know what. Like, they really do not know what the police talk is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because it's not their world.
Right. That's not something they've ever had to worry about. Like, you never had to worry about your brothers. And now it's the point where you got to worry about everybody. It's not. It doesn't matter if it was just a child, a woman, or anything. But, for a long time, like with us, it would be like, if it's after a certain time, I'm calling to make sure. If I'm not with you, I'm calling to make sure you in the house, because I'm like, I know where we lived at, and I'm like,
the fact that
that's terrifying to me.
The fact that as a black person, you're always playing defense.
Right.
You never have a chance to really be assertive. Like, it's more so you have to like step on eggshells to move around in the world that they make it seem like it's not meant for you.
It's not, and I think, and I listen to Killer Mike. Mm-hmm. I listen to, of course, Tamika Mallory. I listen to Angela Rye, even Charlamagne the God to some degree. Mm-hmm. And it's logic in all of their thinking. Killer Mike is a little bit more radical than I go for, than I move to sometimes. Mm-hmm. But there's certain parts that he's not wrong of. We fight for a seat at the table that was never meant for us to be. Any seat that a black person have, I can guarantee you more than likely. And it's not to discredit the work they put in. That's not what I'm doing at all. But the seat was designed as a power play. It wasn't meant for you to really have a voice. It was meant for optics.
Like, see, look how diverse we are.
Right. Like one or two people makes you diverse. And that's not the case. And I get it, throughout history. We've seen black societies try to pop up and be able to move and all that other stuff. And we've seen what's happened. But it's the reason they burnt them down. They knew what the power was in that.
Because they see us as a threat.
Right. It's power in ownership. It's power in having our own. And it's not saying that we need to segregate ourselves out. I have had the conversation. We might need to have it one day on an episode where about affirmative action. A lot of people are not going to agree with me. I'm cool with it. I won't say that right now because it's gonna spark a conversation. But the it's not about being segregated. That's not ever my thing. But I'm not going to continue to fight for a spot that was never mine, and the one that you're going to have to make me put down my people in order to keep, because that's what normally happens. That's where that crabs in a bucket thing, crabs in a barrel thing comes from. It's only one spot at the table, but everybody's fighting for this one spot. You're going to hold on to your spot because you're there, and you can't bring anybody else up with you because it's only this one spot. So you have no choice but to start kicking people down. You never get collectivism in that. And instead of coming together, instead of fighting for this one spot, if we all got the skill set, we should be building our own. So that's my piece on that. Like I said, Black History Month is not, well, Black History isn't a month to me. Zoe knows I do Black History all the time. That's my thing. So make sure you get up. I had to know who I was as a person. I couldn't just be an angry Black woman, or somebody label me as an angry Black woman and think that I'm going to accept that title. I couldn't do it.
I don't know. That's a trope. It's a hard, like, that stereotype is so stupid just because a Black woman's asserting herself and, you know, having a questioning attitude, not because she's upset, but because she's tired. She wants understanding, why is this always happening? Trying
to make sense of something that does not make sense. You can't do that. So you get frustrated. And me voicing definitely as an educated Black woman, anytime you say anything, I get my label.
Yeah, she's a black bitch and all this other stuff. Like that shit is stupid.
You know how many times I have to rewrite emails? Because I don't want that. I don't want that perception. It's crazy.
Like I said, always playing defense.
Yep. So we've had very interesting conversations today.
Yeah. Can't wait to keep the shit going in future episodes.
Oh yes, it's always like we said when we first started in season 1. Our goal is to have fun, talk our shit, but at the same time is to grow, elevate, and educate our people.
I need that on the shirt.
You like that one?
You said grow,
elevate and educate.
Ooh, see.
I see production over there. You gonna work that out for us, production?
No, keep going.
Damn, he just cut it off. You said you need that on the shirt.
That's like an idea, but it's gonna come later. He over there per my last email. But as always, you know, we had fun.
Oh yeah, we gonna talk our shit, but we want everybody to take something from it too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And trust me, we will have, you know, laid back episodes because it gets stressful, you know, trying to always, you know, help, you know, put y'all on. Like, not put y'all on, but, you know, coming up with, like, topics. Like, sometimes we just want to, you know, like,
if y'all see how these messages go.
Like, the group messages is like, yo, what the fuck we gonna talk about?
That's normally how shit start.
I don't know.
Be pulling shit out our ass sometimes.
Especially now, Buddy out the White House is like,
well,
what the fuck we gotta talk about?
Give me my stimmy.
Uncle Joseph, I need that 14 on time.
I need that 14 and I need that 10K gone.
I'm missing side money.
We had fun, you know. We talked our shit. Hopefully y'all learned something. Now we know that it would not be me if I did not find a quote. This one at least matches our episode.
That, and you basically already said it. I was just thinking, I was like, damn, you said it already, kind of.
In my own words, I did. Look at me. Yeah. Pat on the back. But the quote of the episode is, I don't want Black History Month. Black history is American history. My good brother Morgan Freeman, that we don't know how old this man is.
You were supposed to read in his voice. Let me see that paper real quick.
Okay.
Here you go. You were supposed to be like, I don't want Black history. Black history is American history. Morgan Freeman. Like a Twinkie. Like a Twinkie.
Shut up, Sams.
I want that.
Thank you, family. We'll see you again soon.
Peace. Love.
Peace.